invite Dr. B. Suresh, the Pro-Chancellor of JSS Academy of Higher Education, and also the President of the Pharmacy Council of India, and who also holds various positions in the advisory boards of the international and national bodies. What more to tell about Sir? That Sir is a true leader who is a visionary. Sir is a leader who is a go-getter. Sir is a leader who is a revolutionary. Sir is a leader who is passionate. Sir is a leader who believes in himself and his team. Sir is a leader who inspires us. And Sir is a leader who builds teams and leads from the front. Most of the qualities what our Honorable Executive Secretary Sir has mentioned, I'm very proud to say that Sir has most of the qualities. And we are all blessed to have such kind of leadership at JSS, and it's a proud privilege to be associated with such kind of a leadership. Sir, I can keep telling a lot about you, but we know you how you have changed or led the institution, which is a young university, and in a very short span of time, we have moved to one of the top institutions in the country, as well as we are striving hard to become one of the top institutions in the international rankings and international accreditations internationally as well. So, Sir, I welcome you to deliver the lead talk on the theme that is great leaders are made and not born. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Prashant, for all the nice words. It's always nice to hear people talking nice about you. But we should not get carried away by that, so I won't get carried away. Tomorrow, when I'm back in office, you have to do the same hard work which I get out of you. Yes, I submit my respectful pranams to His Holiness Swamiji. It is his spiritual guidance and vision which has helped us to move forward in all these efforts we have put in. But for his guidance and vision, we would be still on the fringes, struggling and working. It's always his inspiration that has helped us. Respected Executive Secretary, Dr. Betsurma, you have always supported us, guided us, and inspired us. Our dynamic Vice Chancellor, Dr. Surender Singh, who keeps us to keep striving further. He talks nicely even to me and tells, let's set a target and finish it first. So he always keeps us moving and keeps us reminding there is no time to lose. Let us keep working. And I thank you for being so, I say we are so fortunate to have you with us. And there are many leaders. Dr. Basavanagodappa is the quiet leader around us. He comes in, makes his point, and drives it straight and gets it done and goes. There's no other option, no question of finding any other answer. Get the answer done and go. We have all our other principals, deans. I can go on mentioning. Each one of you are a leader. And also for all the colleagues who have come from other sister institutions and our faculty from the different institutions who have joined in. And last but not the least, I would like to tell my dear leaders in the making who have registered for coming in. A warm good evening to all of you. And what I would like to mention here is that when we started off this program, we wanted to just have 100 people because usually we are used to working with 50 or 60. We said since it's online, we'll have 100 people only. And 75 can be from the JSS AHER and 25 we try to invite other institutions. But our Dr. Prashant was under so much heat and pressure. He went on appealing every time 10 people more, 10 people more. And now today we have already here on the screen 220 people already who have joined in and they want to participate. And it shows that how much passion and energy is within all our faculty. Only thing is we have to unleash it and bring it out. I think that's what this whole effort is of conducting this leadership webinar. In the previous years, we used to get people from outside to come and tell us a bit because we felt that faculty, if we go on telling them or our own colleagues, we tell them that these are the qualities of leadership, they may hesitate and they may feel, okay, we have heard it, what more? So we felt we got from people from overseas, people from industry, and we made them speak. Here also, we have tried to balance that, but we have felt there are a lot of strong leaders within ourselves. I think they should inspire the others, how they have reached the position and how they can learn from that. And that is why you will find a lot of content which is there, which is from within the system so that you can see the successful example yourself and not learn from somebody else's success. Lastly, I would like to, before I go on to my slides, I would like to make a point here is that our Executive Secretary, Dr. Betsurmat, has very clearly shown you what is leadership about and how and what are the qualities that are required for becoming a leader. So what I am going to do is build up from there and try to share you some sort of my thoughts and concepts. You may find these being repeated in different meetings or different people presentations talking to you. But the whole idea is when you try to analyze that, instead of looking at people repeating the same strengths, that means you can be reassured or you can confirm yourself, yes, these are the qualities that is required. So that is why everybody is talking about it. It's not repetition, but this is what with which we try to identify a leader. And that is why we are trying to tell you again and again and again, so that when you complete this 3 days webinar, you are determined that you are a leader in the making and you want to become a leader. That's the whole objective of this webinar. So with this, I will share my screen. And please bear me for next please bear me for next 30 minutes. So if I am going fast, it will be for the purpose of saving time. But beyond that, I would be trying to see how I can make it more interesting to all of you. I think my screen is visible and I am audible clearly. So there's no problem now. So let me move with that. I do.
Yes,
So I will start off again where our executive secretary left us off. That is, great leaders are made, not born. So I strongly believe that though a person may have had different types of exposure during upbringing, to be in a very successful family or be in near a big company or a corporate and try to learn certain things, but not necessarily everyone who is associated or close to the people who are successful become successful leaders. So it is ultimately the drive within you and the teaching which is going to go through you helps you to move on. So let me see next. Now, leadership is not given to a few. It's inside all of us, and the life is all about unleashing that leadership. I would like to reiterate this. It's not that it is just few people can become leader. It is there with us. All of us have it. But now, how do you bring it out? What is the talents that you require to bring it out and to become shape and try to see is what the whole exercise of leadership training and other thing is there. And this is the thing which we are going to discuss now. Now, there are different definitions about leadership. So I have put my own set of definitions, which are very, very interesting to me. Of course, the symbolism of all the definitions, you are finding two people here in front of us who have continued to inspire me, amaze me, and the energy and the enthusiasm who they have has kept me going forever. One, of course, we all know the blessings and the spiritual presence of our Swamiji is always there, and that inspires us. And the other person who has inspired me and amazed me is nothing but the nobody else except the former President of India, Dr. Abdul Kalam. And without him, without his presence, and my no talk gets started or ended, because he has been a great influence on my life. And I have been sort of looking at the various qualities he had that made us to move forward in where we are today. Now, leadership is not about facilitation, not even evaluation. Leadership is about facilitation and not evaluation. We don't judge, oh, he is a great leader or he is not or something. It's just a question of facilitating, keeping things going. Leadership is about transmitting skills to others. Like, you have very good qualities with you, but what is the use of keeping it if you are not going to apply it? I think that's what is the whole idea of leadership. Leadership is about you doing what you can, what you have, and where you are. This is our President Roosevelt's statement. That means always people come up, oh, if you give me the staff, if you give me the infrastructure, if you give me this, I will try and show you and prove you. But the leadership is, if you don't have anything or whatever you have the resources, how can you still be a leader and prove it? And that's where the leadership is all coming up. Like, if every resource is provided to you, every infrastructure is provided to you, and all you have to do is only manage and execute after that. The leadership is not a requirement there. And leadership is choice. It's not a position. It's not somebody gives you, okay, you are becoming a leader from you, an appointment order is not given to you. It's a choice. You have decided that you want to do. And this is my own personal favorite quote. It is not from anywhere. Leadership is assumed. It is not given. Please don't expect that somebody will call you and tell, okay, I am going to make you a leader from tomorrow. No. You want to be a leader, you just take it, you grab it. That's what I keep telling in our meetings when we have in our university. I said, you want to do something? Okay, do it. Grab it and take it. Don't leave it for somebody else to do it. And this is what I think is the leadership definitions which I have. And I think this will be valuable to all our friends. Here, I have a small story to tell you about leadership, which is very exciting. This is a story told by McCoy. He, in 1982, went to Nepal to do some hiking. And when he was going for hiking with a group of people, he found one sadhu who was almost shivering and was on the verge of dying. He was half dressed and not very well clothed and all that, and he was starved and not had water. So there were in the group Japanese, New Zealand people, Switzerland people, all were there, and even the Nepali voters were there who could take the luggage for all these hikers who go to the Himalayas. Now, the question was that for these people, to McCoy and his team, was to how to save this person. So somebody gave, okay, I'll give you my jacket. They gave him. Somebody said, I'll give you my sweater, and they gave him. Somebody else took out some food and gave, because they all are rationed to survive the Himalayas. So each one could sacrifice a little bit and told, okay, we'll give all this. And now who is to take them down? Because if you go down to the base camp and leave him, it will take 2 days. That means you're losing the time. And the weather forecast is that if they don't climb up by a particular time, they all will be caught in a blizzard and they all will die there. So nobody wanted to do it. And they found somewhere midway, one Japanese team was coming. They pushed him to the Japanese team and told him that, why don't you go and you are down, so you can take him down and leave and come, we are going up. And so the Japanese team carried him and left him at the base camp. And afterwards, they finished their team and they came back. They found the Japanese and asked him what happened. No, this guy, that sadhu, was ungrateful. In spite of bringing him and leaving him at the base camp, as soon as he got up and he stabilized, he started throwing stone at us. And then McCoy goes on thinking whether they did the right thing when they were there. He was telling, nobody took the leadership there to decide, because they were from different countries. People were from Australia, from Switzerland, from US, there were some Brits, New Zealand, and all that. So they all wanted to do a little bit what they can, and then they wanted to disappear from there, because they felt their obligation is done, that I've done something what I can, I can't take the responsibility. And they went on. Perhaps he felt that if the people were all of the same background and they were of the same culture or same citizenship, maybe they would have decided among themselves a leadership decision that, okay, we'll take care of this person in a particular way and do it. Everybody felt that we'll do a little bit and go away. And the Japanese went back. So he felt that there was lack of leadership in that point. And he stops there, that leadership failed here because nobody could take the responsibility. But I went to one step ahead and I started analyzing why was the reason. Then perhaps it struck me that this sadhu had gone to Himalayas not for any other purpose, to get Jeev Samadhi there. That was his objective. He wanted to go to the Himalayas and die there. So what these people did, he brought them back and made him alive and put him down at the base camp. So he is upset because his objective was destroyed by the whole process. Though McCoy speaks about leadership, but on the other side, I feel that perhaps the person sadhu was upset because he could not fulfill his objective, that he wanted to have a samadhi in the Himalayas. And so it is very important when we try to do all these things, we have to look at the other person's perspective also. When you are doing it, what does that person want? Why did he deliberately reach the place without clothing and food? What was the reason for that? I think this is a very interesting story. We can go on talking about it. But let's move on. Let us see how and what leadership means to all of you. Now, again, people get confused with leadership and management. But what do leaderships really do? I mean, leaders really do. They are great Are they great managers? That means can a manager be called as a great leader, or they manage things, so that's why they are a leader? No. Management is about coping the complexity. Like you have a problem, how to put people together and sort it out. That is management. But the leadership is about coping the change. There is some sort of a issue which is there and bring about a whole change in the system. That is what is about the leadership means. And that's the difference, subtle difference between the management and the leadership. Now, you can say that can leadership be enough? Management is not required. No. Sometimes if you have that type of situation, only leaders, but nobody to work or nobody to manage, the system will collapse. But if you say, can management be there, it will survive? Yes, it can survive, but we cannot see progressive growth taking place. So we need a combination of both is what always we feel when you look at the leadership and management as a definition. Now, having spoken about what is leadership, what is the difference between leadership and management, and perhaps understanding the perspective of leadership, let us see why do we want this leadership development program? So it became little ambitious from the point of JSS when we were discussing different things. And then we analyzed, like many large organizations today are overmanaged and they have less amount of leadership. So what is required is the organization should develop leaders. And some of the smart organizations, what they do is they don't wait for the leaders to come and do things like that. You don't keep hunting leaders from outside and bring. They create their own leaders. And that is what JSS we did. We said, why we wait for somebody to come and tell us how and what to do? Why don't we train our own people? And we started training our people to become leaders. And you can see all the successful ladies smiling away in the photograph. They were all the participants of the leadership training of 1 and 2. Now, tomorrow, next year, you want your photos to be visible. I think you have to seriously to get your training done. And maybe we'll take a picture of yours and put it next to talk that these are the successful people. Now, what is very important in such an exercise is that there is a very important thing is this training. We should train you how to be a strong leader and also a good manager and try to help you to move forward. I think that is the reason what we are talking about, why we want this development program, because we know in each one of you, there is that fire which you have to only unleash it, and let us see how we can help you do that. Now, in the present day's world, particularly in this pandemic situation, what has happened is like this has become a challenge before us that there is a new type of leader which is expected now. They call him as the authentic leader. It is not just a good manager, a good effort and all that. You need an authentic leader now. Now, what is this authentic leader? There is, of course, a big research done by author Bill George. He is from the Harvard Business School. He said, the authentic leaders, he said, are some people who do not have to be, who have to, in the moment of crisis, be able to express themselves honestly, sincerely, and try to take the team and move forward. And finally, he also comes to the conclusion that what we are talking about this theme, you do not have to be born with any particular characteristic or trait to lead. You can be whoever you are. There's nothing wrong in that. You also do not have to be at the top of your organization. It's not that only if you become a director or a registrar or a vice chancellor or a HOD, you become a leader. No, you can be anywhere at any level of organization. And anyone can learn to be an authentic leader. That is, you are what you are and try to lead the people from there. You don't have to look for positions. You don't have to look for status to lead. You want to be a leader, you can do it. That is what is a whole thought which author Bill George talks about. And I think this is the message I want to start off before I tell. Don't wait that let me become a professor, let me become a HOD, let me become somebody else. Then I will try to lead and try to show how I can make a difference. You want to make a difference, you make it where you are, what you are, how you are. Try to make a difference and people will recognize you as a leader. Now, again, if you look at what makes an ideal leader, again, I don't want to get into that more details. I'd rather show you how to achieve these leadership skills. I don't want to talk about this. Of course, our executive secretary mentioned about emotional intelligence. That emotional intelligence is very important and this distinguishes outstanding performers, those who are merely adequate, like those people who are just adequate. If you have developed the culture of this emotional intelligence, you try to achieve the success which you are looking at. And the best example I talk about emotional intelligence is none other than our own Dr. Sudha Murthy. who you met. She is the chairman of the Infosys Foundation, who you saw in our convocation. She was there. Now she has got no position as such. She is not X, Y, or Z, but she has created her own identity through her emotional intelligence. That means she is self-aware, she self-regulates, she motivates, she has empathy, and she has the social skills. And that is how she has tried to create a position and a particular level of identity for herself, which is associated with how good a person she is. They are not looking at her money, they are not looking at her position, but they are looking here at the person, that how a great person she is, and you all would like to be associated with that. And this is a typical example of a person who has an emotional intelligence and how he is able to succeed. Now, the most important question I would like to put to all of you is, why should anyone be led by you? Now, you don't like being led by somebody else, right? When you say, as a faculty, we are appointing X person as the HOD, immediately you come back and tell, no, I don't want to work under him. Or you make somebody else as the as a particular chairman of a committee, you say, I don't want to work under him. So why do you expect other people should work under you? I think this is something you all have to understand. Why should anyone be led by you? That means because you are a leader and you are able to try to inspire and take somebody else along with you. That's what makes them come and accept you as a leader. And such leaders, they have got certain very, very specific traits. Then only people accept you to be led. Then they don't look at you as what position you occupy, but they look at you as a person. What are those 4 traits which are very important? One is, such leaders selectively reveal their weakness. Let us say, if there is a pandemic and there is a risk of getting infected, if you go out and expose, internally he may be afraid that, oh, I may get infected by corona or this thing. Why? But he will not expose that. He will try to be very composed, very calm, and confident also to his colleagues that don't worry, I am there. If anything happens to you all, it will happen to me also. Let's go forward and do it. He'll never show the weakness of fear in front of others. This is not a flaw. It is just a question of a person's not being able to show his weakness which he is seeing. Second is, such people have got intuition. They know. They are good situation sensors. We keep telling that, what is your gut feeling? Do you think this will happen? And these are the people who are more or less accurate what is going to happen next. And they'll plan ahead for that. And this is the second quality which is there. The next is they have empathy, but also toughness. That means he will try to understand you, problem, everything, fine. He will listen to you, but he will tell you, no, now I have heard it, I will help you, but let's get on with the work. Let's do this. They are having that tough empathy with them. And next is, they capitalize on their differences. That means when I talk of capitalize on their differences, let us say, if A person is behaving in a particular manner and B person is behaving in another manner, and they feel that by this interaction there is going to be a challenge, they try to socially distance themselves from them and try to see how they can get the work still executed and move on. So they try to manage that, get the best out of everyone. And lastly, a true leader is somebody, be yourself more with the skill. That's all. You don't have to be a new person, new thing. You have to just do the skills that is required to you. Now, I'm going to tell you what are the levels of leadership that are there. And you maybe, as you are listening, you can try to take down and note down which, which level you are. And maybe at the end of the day, I will ask you to raise questions, and maybe you can tell that which level you belong. The level 1 is, of course, the bottom of the pyramid. That is, you are a highly capable individual. That means you are wonderful, you have got the knowledge, maybe surgical skills, maybe lecturing skills, maybe administrative skills, whatever is there, but you are just at the ground level. You are one, you are on your own, and you are exceptionally good in certain habits. I think this is level 1. Level 2 is, you are able to work in a team. You don't have any problem working in a team. That's the level 2, that you are a contributing team member. You can work in a team, and you can try to carry out the work without creating any disruption. Level 3 is, you are a competent manager. Not only you can work in a team, but you will be able to lead the team also. You will be able to take further and tell them how to lead further. Then level 4 is that not only you lead the team, you inspire them, you set goals, you set targets, and tell everyone that, yes, we are going to do it. We are going to achieve this. You have a vision. So that's level 4. And level 5 is it builds enduring greatness. That means you have reached the highest position in your leadership level, where you are a combination of personal humility and professional will. So these qualities we'll try to analyze and see where you are and which level you find yourself. Not only I'm going to tell you to find out where you are and where you should lead, but I will also tell you what you need to go to the next level. Let us say if you are in level 1, how to go to level 2. If you want to go to level 2 to level 3, what is required and how you need to train. Now, let us see. We all love cricket. So I think it is something. Let us see level 1. I am asking the question, knock, knock, are you there? That means, are you at least in the level 1 where you are having certain skills, you have got passion, you have got drive, and you can be identified there. If you're not even having that, I think we have to start from sub-zero and try to help you reach there. But if you're at level 1 and you know you are a highly capable individual, you may be a great physician, you may be a great surgeon, you may be a great pharmacist, you may be a great management person, you may be a good technology-oriented person, you may be there. That is the level 1. You are individually capable person. You give a task, you will complete it. You will be able to do from end to end. That's level 1. And for that, what is the trait you require? You need talent, you need knowledge, you need skills, you good have work habits. So these are the traits you need. Now, why did I put Rahul Dravid here? Rahul Dravid was a good cricket player. He made nearly 24,000 runs for India. And he also was captain for about one period of 2005 to 2007. But if you compare the captains, other captains like Dhoni, or you talk about Ganguly, he is not comparable. So that means he was good. He had his skills. He could play the game and he could just move on. Maybe he could have cultivated a little bit more and he would have gone to the level 2 or level 3 also. But this is where I'm not belittling anyone. But the idea is I'm just trying to show the comparison where it all goes on. So this is the thing. Of course, no offense meant to any of the fans of Rahul Dravid or other pictures which I'm going to mean. It is just I'm trying to show the comparability, and we are trying to see how we can do it. Now, if you go to the level 2, the level 2 person says, he's not say I am good. He'll say, come, let's all play together. Let's play together. He will not talk about his individual run or individual scores and all that. He will be a contributing team member. He contributes to the achievement of the group objectives. He works effectively with others in the group setting. Now here, he understands what is the group objective. The group wants to win. The group wants to achieve. And how can I contribute in this? What can I make for the group to succeed? He is not going to talk about his succeeding, not his individual runs and scores, but he will talk about the group activity, how this can be succeed. And one example which I given is VVS Lakshman. He was very good batting, and he was a very good middle order batsman also. And he was a trusted lieutenant for Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, but he never got the chance to lead himself. So that means he was a group player and he could contribute significantly for the group success, but he could not move on. So if he wanted to move on, what qualities he should have? He should have had the level 3 qualities, which we will discuss next. Now, level 3, the person says here, not if you see the first statement, which I said, knock, knock, are you there? That means, are you a good player at all first? Second, level 2 is, he says, come, let's play together. Now, level 3 person says, come, let's play together and win this game. He is not talking of just playing. He is setting targets now. We have to win this game. That is the level 3 person. Now, he is a competent manager. He organizes people. He decides the batting order, bowling order, field player, everything he knows. And he is very efficient. And he has got a predetermined objective that he is succeeding. Now, organizing people and resources is a good trait for this person. And effective and efficient pursuit predetermined objectives. If, let us say, the other players which I mentioned earlier had these qualities in them, they would have moved to level 3 and they would have been known for that. They did not have this organizing people and resources capability, and they did not have predetermined objectives that we have to achieve this. We have to win the World Cup. We have to win the series. So this was not there. So perhaps that's why they were successfully contributing to the team, but they were not able to move forward. So again, this is a quote from Ganguly only. He says, an impressive presentation does not make you a good coach. Let us say if you are going to make a very good PowerPoint presentation, everything you do, but that is not going to help you to make a great leader. That's what he is trying to tell. So if you want to be a great leader, you have to live it, you have to act it, you have to do the ways like that. You have to have the man management skill, understand the situation. All this is required to become successful. Similarly, he says a leader can be a control freak. Sometimes this becomes a weakness for leaders. They become control. They want to keep everyone under check. And they all, because of that, they struggle with the people afterwards. They struggle with the success because they want to control everything. I think this is where the leader should be very careful. He should allow the people to work and should not interfere and control them, or no order should be given. That is the type of leadership which is required at level 3. He will say, okay, you go and do this, you go and do this, you go and do this. But he's not going to tell, why did you not pick up the ball? Why did you not play the batting? Why did you not do it? So this is what the level 3 player does. Now let's come to the level 4. The level 3 says, come, let's play together and win the game. The level 4 guy says, come, let's play together, win this game with maximum runs. He wants excellence. He doesn't want just winning the game. You can win the game with 1 run, or you can win the game with, say, 100 runs difference. You can win the game just by saving 1 wicket, or you can win the game by saving all the 10 wickets and say, I won this game by all the 10 wickets. So he wants excellence. He doesn't want just the minimum level which you have to do it. And that's the guy of level 4. He sets targets, he leads, and he says, we want maximum, not minimum. No, okay, you have done this, fine, let's go to the next level. That's what he is going to talk to you, the level 4 guy. And he catalyzes commitment to vigorous pursuit of clear, compelling vision. He says, yes, we have to do. He's committing you all to do this. Then he has got a vigorous pursuit of clear and compelling vision. He says, this is our vision we have to achieve. We have to have maximum runs. There's nothing else. We can't go less than that. And then he stimulates the group to high performing standards. Even in a 9th batsman, he will tell, no, don't go and play. We may be winning. It doesn't matter. But still you have to score. We need a higher score. That's what is the pursuit or passion which Dhoni says. And he had a very successful cricket career. I think nobody can question that. And his leadership style is now a study for many corporates they are trying to see. And here we see the famous helicopter shot you all are familiar with regarding Dhoni. And of course, when he is flying in the air, he also knows how to land his legs safely in the ground. So when you are going to the level floor, you may fly in the air. But remember, if you don't properly land your legs on the floor, you are going to have a fractures with you. So be careful while you are flying high. Level 5 is something unique, actually. Here, this guy says, let's play together, win the series, and you are all capable of it. If we can't do it, nobody can do it. So that's the level of level 4 or level 5 person. He's not talking of only winning, not talking about maximum. He says we have to do everything. We have to win the whole lot. There's no question of this match. We have to win the whole series. And if we cannot do it, how can somebody else do it? If we as a university cannot be in the top 100 or top 50 or top 10, how else any other university can be there? So this is the type of level 5 executive which is there. He builds enduring greatness through a paradoxical combination of personal humility and plus professional will. So what do these such people do it? They have the personal humility in them, that they don't talk of success themselves, but they talk about the teamwork and achievement. And they have professional will. They say, yes, we will do it. If you don't do it, we all will together do it. I will also do it with you. And he has contributed like that. This is the level 5. Now let us see quickly in which level you are now. Now, if you are at level 1, what are you? Are you a good teacher? Excellent researcher? I am taking this example, assuming we all are teachers here, researchers here, and clinicians and all that. So that's why I'm using this as an example. It can be anything else. Are you a highly capable individual? Sorry, Prashant, I'm running a little late, but I thought I'm very passionate. I should go on talking. My apologies to Swamiji also. A good teacher. You are an excellent researcher. Your knowledge is specific field is good. And you have got communication skills. This is your capacity. Now, you want to go to the team. What are the things you want to become? You want to go to a student mentor in your own department. You should be in charge of the students. You want to become a NAC coordinator. You want to be a co-PI in a research project. You want to involve in the university curriculum contributing. So these are all the different things you will try to do at the level 2. You want to go there. Now you are going to level 3, let us say. You want to become the head of the department. You want to become the chairman of the board. You want to become the PI. Why co-PI? I would like to be the PI and I would like to the research. You want to have administrative provisions at the university. You want leadership professional positions. You want to become president of this association, secretary of that association. Or this is a competent manager, level 3 position. Now, if you come to the level 4, the effective leaders, here you want to become a head of the institution. You are a university leadership positions. You have got professional leadership positions and societal recognition. Whatever you are doing, society is recognized. Oh, he's a great teacher. He's a great researcher. He's a great clinician. Society is also recognizing you at level 4. Now, coming to level 5, you become the decision maker. You set the target now for the department. You set the target for the institution. You set the target for the university. You set the target for everyone. So that's the decision maker you achieve. And you are a crisis manager. You solve all the problems when it comes to the department. You stand from the front. You do it. The man or woman always in need. You become the person. Okay, if any problem is there, call that guy. You'll fix it. And you are a visionary. So this is the thing. Now, these are the 5 levels which has been talked by Jim Collins. He was the first person of talking about the famous author Jim Collins. He talked about this 5 levels of leadership. I have discovered the 6th level of leadership, which I call leadership and beyond. Now you are a leader, you achieved level 5. So what is it then? So how do we move forward? So here it is leadership without position. You don't need any position to be a leader. And that's what is Warren Buffett or all those people around the world. They are all not, they don't need any position. They are known by name and they achieve that growth. Leadership without position. They inspiring others in leadership in themselves. Like, they try to talk to the other leaders how to become successful and help them move forward. So let us see where you are. And now knowing that, I'd like all of you to put your question to yourself and maybe ask which level you are and whether you would like to reach level 5. I think many of you are going to say level 5. And when people talk, where do you want to become successful leader? They say, oh, I would like to start at level 5. I want to be there. So I am ready for it. Let me get in. So here I will remind you, I don't know how many of you have seen this 70s movie known as the 36 Chamber of Shaolin. There the young hero, he goes to Shaolin to learn Kung Fu. And people ask him, where do you want to start? They say straight away, I want to start at the 36th chamber. And when he goes to the 36th chamber, he cannot even stand. And he goes back to the first level and starts growing up further. So I would like you to tell, now let us see where you want to start. And always it's good to start at the bottom. Now, of course, these are all the traits of the level 5. Such people have professional humility, I told you. What do you mean by professional humility? And again, this is the professional will. What do you tell? But one thing which is very remarkable, I will tell you is, level 5 person will always look in the mirror when there is a failure. When there is a failure, he will look in the mirror and he will talk to himself and say, where did I go wrong? Why did I miss it? Why did I miss the point? He is not going to tell, oh, I missed because this fellow was wrong. This fellow did it. He never blames others for the mistake. This is the level 5 leaders person. He looks in the mirror when there is a failure. He looks out of the window when there is success. When he looks out of the window, he says, this is not my success. This is the success of my team. This is the success of my friend who did it. This is the success of the management because they supported me. This is the success of the whole effort that has gone in. I was just a participant there. I didn't do anything. That's the person. So a successful person, a level 5 person, will look in the mirror and not when there is a failure. And you look out of the window when there is a success. And such people do not believe on external factors and good luck. They always give credit to their team. Now, if you want to reach level 5, let us understand the leadership levels one by one. Let us go again. Let's take the cricket as the best example. Now, if you are at level 1 and you want to level 2, you want to reach, then you better start your net practice here now. You want to become a great batsman, you do it. You want to become a great bowler, start the net practice now. So you have to work under a peer. So that's what I will try to say. You want to do the next level, you can always go, learn, develop, and act. So that's the second level. That's the thing I'd like to say. Next, if you want to go to level 2 to level 3, you play friendly matches with a tough team. I mean, don't go with the weak team and try to do it. All of us know South Africa team was the toughest team for India to win. And always it was considered that the Indian team has never won in the one stage with the South African team. It was very, very tough team. Now, if you want to win the team, you have to play friendly matches with the tough team. So people who want to go to level 3, start working with tough players. Don't work with the person who listens to you and gives you light work. If you know there's a hard taskmaster, then you should work under him, because that's where you are going to learn your skills. If there's a person who gives you time off, yes, you can go and do whatever you want, no worries, as long as you get to do the work. So that means if the failure comes, you will be held responsible, not he. But when a tough taskmaster is there, he is going to take responsibility for what he did. So I think that's where it is there. You have to discover your passion. You have to actualize yourself and multiply your strengths by working with a team and remove all the barriers that I don't want to work with this guy. I don't want that fellow to be in my team. If this person is there, I will not do. If this person is my department, I won't work with him. These barriers should go if you want to become a leader. Now, if you want to go to level 4, not only you have to work with tough players, you have to play with the people whom you are afraid of. I know Indian team may win all matches, but when they have to play with Pakistan, there is always a sense of fear and gripping challenge in all of us. Will we win Pakistan team? Is it possible? It's not that they are tougher. No, but we are afraid of it. We are afraid of failure with them. So that itself kills us quite some time. I think this fear you should go out. Now, if you want to win that, play with the person who is going to throw you out. Play with the person who is going to punish you. Play with the person who is going to give a memo to you. Then you will learn what are the weaknesses that are in you. And you will also learn that how they have to handle such person and try to become successful. So that is the thing. So you have to be motivated. You have to remove your fear and earn the trust. Then only you'll be able to succeed. So this is the moving from 3 to 4. Now, if you want to go to level 5, you have to don't look back, whether I'm going to fall down, just keep playing. That trust in your training, trust in the tough matches you have played, trust in the matches which you have played with fear, and you will succeed. And such person is a leader who keeps the hope alive. Even at the end of the game, you think it's all finished, he'll keep people inspiring and make him succeed. And that is what Kapil Dev did for us in the World Cup. You all know that everybody thought India has finished, and he went around and changed the match, and we won the World Cup and came. Then the rest is history. So many people think trial and error is the best way to learn. Remember, my friends, trial is costly, because when you do clinical trial, you know how much money is being spent. And if there is an error and death takes place, that's going to be a deadly cost for you have to pay for it. So there is no room for trial and error in leadership. You have to be only perfect. You have to learn that perfection. Knowledge is power, but if you do not apply it, there's no use of that knowledge. And quite often, we always believe, we have to be at the beginning of everything. It's not important to be in the beginning of everything. But what is important is when the success is coming, are you at the end of it? That's very important. Even though you may not be a part of a project in the beginning, it doesn't matter. But when it goes to the end of the project, when you're going, and that's where you have to be there. And they should tell, yes, it was Kapil Dev who made this match to turn around. Yes, it was so-and-so who made the match to turn around. And that is where level 5 is. Now, this is the level 6, which I talked about. Here, level 6 follows naturally. And you don't have to look for it, what quality you need, what quality you have to have. Level 6 will automatically come to you. And if you think you have reached level 6, it's time to retire while you're good at it. Don't try to stretch further. If you try to stretch further in level 6, then you will become a pain for everyone, and everybody will think they are living in your shadow and they would not like to grow. You are responsible for their failures. They all will start blaming you for that. So when level 6 comes, it comes naturally to you. And that's the time you have to say, hi guys, okay, it's time for me to move. You keep doing, but if you need any help, you come back to me. I'll try to be there for helping you. And that's what is all this about level 6. Now, I showed all male pictures. I think our women participants would be worried. What about women? They cannot become successful. Here, you see all the pictures of successful women, whether it is a corporate field or it is the athletic field or even the healthcare field. Everybody is successful there. So it's women are not, leadership is not exclusivity for men. It is women are equally responsible. In fact, in many organizations now, a new theory has come in. If you have a successful woman, a woman leader is more successful than men. because she's able to steer the people to be focused and get the work done. Now, what do I need to evolve as a leader? I think already this has been told by our executive secretary. I don't have to mention again and again. A leader personified. You look at a person, look at his smile, look at his expression, look at his pose, look at his posture. I think you'll know he is a leader. You don't have to define what it is. And that's what our own Ratan Tata was there. And that's why he has achieved here. As you all see, I have shown you all examples from India. I have never shown any example from out of India. That means I am trying to tell you there's enough material in us. We can do it. It is not that you have to go to another country to achieve something. You can be here and achieve what you want to do right here. Now, the last question on the last slide I am putting for you. Can I become a leader? The great irony is that, yes, if you want to reach level 4, then you have to sacrifice. I mean, from level 4, you want to go to level 5. You have to sacrifice that fire or ambition you had in you at level 4. Because achieving level 4, you have to be aggressive, you have to push. But when you go to level 5, you have to become composed, you have to be professional, you have to be humble. So I think this is the trick which is there to become a great leader. We are talking about not making leaders here. We are talking about making great leaders. Yes, you can become a leader. Leaders are made and not born. I repeat it again. Leaders are made and not born. So that is why you have joined this talk today. You have joined here to become a leader. So let's find out whether you have the material in you to unleash. And if it is there in these 3 days, we find fire in you, we find you, make you more equipped, and we'll guide you to how to find yourself. Well, if you want to become a leader and you want to go to level 5 from whichever level is there is one best place to start. Come to JSS AHER and volunteer yourself. Tell that, give me any job beyond my regular work, I'll come and work. We'll take you all in and take you leaders and send you out. But you have to come in your own personal time, not working hours from other department or thing. You come on your personal time, you come to JSS AHER, our Vice Chancellor will make a leader out of you and send you out. You don't have to worry about it. Everybody has got, there's enough work for everyone. Whichever institution you belong to, it doesn't matter. Whether you are in engineering college or you are in nursing college, doesn't matter. You want to be a leader, you want training, you come and volunteer with us. Volunteer on Saturday, Sunday. We work all 7 days, 24/7. You always will have work with us. You are welcome to come and join us. Thank you. And this small picture, the last picture I am telling is a small story. Sorry, I have gone 5 minutes more than I was expected to. This picture is of a bird which comes to my window every year. As soon as the summer is ending and the monsoon starts, this bird will come. This has been happening for the past 4 or 5 years. Typically, it will come and sit in my window for 2-3 days continuously, and it will chirp in the morning, 5:36, it will start chirping there. I know this bird has come back, and I understand why it has come. So we have an air conditioner in our bedroom, and in that air conditioner back, there is a space in where the machine is. It builds its nest there. And during the summer, we use our air conditioner. And if the air conditioner is on, it cannot build its nest. So it comes and warns me early morning during the summer as it's ending, that tells me, here, I am going to build a nest. So don't put your AC on. That's the leader there. He knows that his family is going to be there. He has to be safe. And his children are going to be there. He has to be safe. So I give respect to this small, little, tiny bird. And as soon as I sight it, from that day onwards, our air conditioner stops in our room. And we wait for the monsoon to come. It breeds and it goes away, telling us again when it goes out, both the mother and father come to our window and chirp a little bit. And then they go back. So we know, okay, now the monsoon has started and they are gone. So that's come to know. I am telling here, the size does not matter. It is the attention you draw. The position you don't matter, doesn't matter. The attention you draw, the way you talk and communicate, the way you inform what you are going to do is going to help you become leader. I am not telling a story here. This is reality. If you don't believe me, you can come and see in my house. I will show you that nest where it is building. And if you come early morning, I'll show you also it's coming and chirping there. Thank you very much.